love, family, and revenge are the classic themes here. Every type of fairy tale, not even fairy tale, you talk about normal stories also, normal movies also. These days, many movies are there where these three things are always there. Family is there, then there is a love between the characters, and then finally there's some problem that comes, and that problem turns up to be a revenge. Okay, so that is what these type of themes are usually there in most of the stories. Now see, whenever we are working on the themes, there are some, see, obviously there is something good is there, something bad is there, and finally the good will overpower the bad. Okay, so that is the main uh, platform of the stories that work on. Now in that, you can accordingly put any type of twist, turns, maybe you can put any type of mystery there. Okay, anything that you want you can put there, but that is how the platform is created, that the good, bad, and good will take over the bad. Okay, so that is what. So now, based on this, there are different types of themes also that you can include. Okay, now good versus evil. So obviously, there is one protagonist, and there are one or two protagonists, as many as you want, and then there is antagonist. Okay, so there is a disturbance in their lives. Okay, because antagonist keeps on doing some evil stuff, so the protagonist has to now finally understand that, okay, the antagonist is bad, and now I have to take an action against it so that I can live my life in peace. Okay, so that is what is, or I can achieve my goal. Okay. Individual versus society. So you remember we talked about the traditions of the societies that are there. Yeah, so now you have to fight those traditions, maybe you, because those traditions are not letting you fulfill your objective or your life goals. Okay, then life versus death. Now in many movies you might have noticed that the first scene of those movies or of those novels is where the main character dies. Okay, or maybe there is some bad, a very very bad thing that happened with the protagonist. Okay, life and death type of situation. Now then it will take you back 6 months back, 1 year back, something like that. Okay, and then the story will revolve, will take a full circle, and it will come back to that particular situation. Okay, so those are called as your life versus death. So you have seen that something really really bad has happened in the beginning. Now how did the protagonist or the other characters reached there? Okay, so you will take back your audience 6 months back or 1 year, and they take a full circle and come back to that point. Clear for everyone, life versus death? Or there is something where a protagonist is maybe suffering from a particular disease, or maybe character protagonist supporting crew is suffering from some disease, and then finally they have to take, they are taking different types of actions, they are taking different types of strategies to overcome that. Okay, to try to save that person. Okay. Fate versus free will. Now fate is something which is already decided for you. Okay, so now for example, in many communities, the young kids, they are married at a very very early age. Okay, so that is fate, they have to get married. Okay, now but now they don't want to do that, they want to get free out of it, so fate versus free will. Okay, traditions versus change. So this is what, there is some particular tradition is there which bounds you and which will not let you achieve what you want to. Okay, and you want to bring a change in that. Okay, this movie, if you remember, I can't remember the name of that movie. Akshay Kumar was there, and he was, and Rishi Kapoor was his father. And the movie is based on London. This is a movie inspired from a cricketer's life. Okay, this and Akshay Kumar fights at the age of 35 or something. Akshay Kumar fights to become a cricketer in the England cricket team. Okay, the father is a Sardar, and there was Patiala House. You remember Patiala House movie? Anyone? So that is basically your tradition versus change, or you can make it as fate versus free will. So Akshay Kumar's fate was basically to take care of that shop which they had. Okay, and free will was you wanted to become something else. Tradition versus change, fate versus free will. Okay, now you have justice versus depravity. Now obviously there are many incidents where recently this serial has come up, which is talking about which one talking about a upahar cinema that was in Delhi. Okay, trial by fire, yeah, trial by fire. Okay, so that is the series that has recently come up. Now that is where the protagonist is there, husband wife is there, and their 17-year-old daughter is killed in that fire. Okay, Upar cinema fire. And they, in the first two episodes, they come to know that the manager of Upar cinema, he closed the doors of those cinemas so that people cannot run out. Now what is the reason why this happened? There's a whole story is behind that. Okay, so they want to get justice out of it. They want to give justice to their daughter. Okay, clear for everyone? So you can also watch that series. So once you watch that series, you will come to know what I'm talking about. Okay, now morality versus fear. So obviously whenever you are going to do something right, okay, so that morality, that moral is in you, but you're feared, that maybe you're scared that something bad will happen with you. There are people who might they might do wrong things with your families, they might kill your family, something like that. Okay, so that is morality versus fear. So if you take a right step, something bad will happen to you. Okay, clear for everyone? Now, obviously, whenever we are working on a voice, okay, that is why I told you about the different types of styles. Okay, when you use different styles, there are 6 styles. So you have expository, descriptive, narrative, persuasive, personal, and reflective. So there are 6 styles. Okay, now how you combine those styles, or how you use those styles, will develop your voice. Okay, now suppose if Mary and me, we are both writing on the same topic, same concept. Okay, even our even our research areas are same. We are researching from the same websites, or say from same books, same sources. Okay, but the way that we are going to use our perspective, along with how we are going to use the styles, my style is different and Mary's style is totally different. Okay, so when once our content is out, it is going to be different content. Okay, until unless one of us have copied from the particular this thing source. Okay, if you are writing it with your own words, it is definitely going to be a very, very different type of, or unique type of content. Okay, so that is what is voice. Mary's voice is totally different, and my voice is totally different. Saloni's and Meena's is totally different. It's something like your fingerprints. Okay, everyone's fingerprint is unique. Same way, everyone's writing style, their voice, their writing voice is totally different. Okay, so that is what is we are going to understand here, that whenever we are using whatever type of style, or however we want to portray our concepts, okay, it is not only for the stories, it is for every type of content that you are going to write. Okay, your blog, article, research papers, okay, your fictional stories, non-fictional stories, it really doesn't matter. If whenever you are working on any type of concept or a topic, the way that you approach it, okay, and the way that you are using it to create a perspective in the mind of your readers, okay, that is what makes a voice of a content. Clear for everyone? Now, whenever you're working on any type of stories or any type of content, please remember to do a proper research. Okay, for us, for a smallest of the thing. Now, for example, if your characters are working in a corporate industry, okay, they are in a corporate office or something like that. Now maybe in your life you might have never experienced a corporate lifestyle, or maybe they're working in a hospital. Now how the doctors work, you have never experienced that. As a patient, yes, you might, but not as doctors. Okay, so do a proper research. You can also go to that particular place if you can, and understand how the doctors lives are. Or you can, you can watch different types of shows also. You can read different types of say content which will give you an insight how the doctors lives are. Okay, suppose if you are working on the this the army background. Okay, so maybe if you're talking about the people, how these people they fight on the border. Okay, so now we have never experienced that. Okay, and then you are going to get so much, try to get so much information from everywhere, so that it gives, whenever you're writing that information, it gives a feeling of that your readers are in that particular place. Okay, they are actually watching the war. Okay, it's like live in front of them. So that is what, whenever you are writing any type of information, in even in your stories as well. Okay, so please try to gather as much information as you can. So that is why I was telling you, research is a very, very important part. Okay, only research can give you a very, very good content. It can give you a proof of what you are writing. So proof is basically creating a live content in front of your audience. Okay. Now, obviously, you need to work on, see, check out different types of writers. How do they write their content? You can read books of your favorite authors, famous authors. Check out the type of language, the type of voice that they are using, the type of drama that they are using. Okay, and you can do one more thing. Whenever there is a climax of the that particular novel that you are reading, okay, what you do is you can try to give another ending to that novel. Okay, that website that I told you, Wattpad. Okay, that is what that website is famous for. Give another ending to different famous stories. Give another personality to the famous characters in those stories. Okay, so that is what is that platform is famous for. That is where many famous authors are also present. Okay, you can tag them also. Yeah, so that is why try to read as much as you can. Try to watch different types of shows, documentaries, where you can get lots of ideas, and you can use those ideas in your stories or in your content. Okay, now the structure of your content. Now obviously there is a common structure. That is what I told you. Good is there, bad is there, and now good will overtake the bad. Okay, so that is the common structure. So try to experiment with it. Give it. Now sometimes in many movies also you might have watched that somewhere at the end the bad is victorious. Okay, so we have that, we have seen that also. So try to give that that in your in your different types of stories. Now we have that movie, which is that movie, Avengers. Okay, Avengers, that Thanos was there. I don't know how many of you have watched Thanos, Avengers. So you remember that Thanos was there with the snap of his finger. The whole world changed. Half of the world was gone. Okay, so that was the ending of that other. It was a series, obviously, but that was the ending of that particular movie. Okay, where the bad was victorious. Okay, and in the next movie, then later on, how these all the superheroes, they came together and they fought against Thanos. Then that is a different story altogether. Okay, so try to experiment with your structure. You can give lots of twists and turns also in between. So however you want, you can put it. There is no rule as such. Okay, so please remember, when whatever content that you're writing blog, article, stories, papers, anything. Okay, there is no rule that you cannot do this, you cannot do that. Clear for everyone now?